Hi advanced students, it was so great to see you in class this week. Thank you for joining us and your classmates to make some real progress. We covered a lot of stuff this week, so we'll try to pack some of it into this week and review for you. We did some Nunchaku Basics, catches. We did some groundwork, prone and supine with an enhanced threat level. We did, so 6 counts is a great training tool. So we've got a lot to do, so let's get right to it. Thanks again for joining us.
For our warm-ups today, we'll alternate upper body and lower body so that we get our whole body ready to work out today. So let's begin with just skipping on the spot, switching legs, get our calves warmed up. All right, just a couple more. Then we'll do the same thing on the floor. 1, 2. Okay, here we go. So on the floor, what we'll do is be in high plank position. We'll do 1 push-up, and then we'll bring our knee up to our chest, knee up to our chest, push up, knee up to our chest, knee in tight, push up. 1, 2. Try to keep your body really firm. And don't look down, because you want your knee to come right up to your chest. 2 more. Good, okay. Now let's do long jump forward and then short jump backwards. Okay, so big long jumps and then short jumps backwards. Big long jumps and then short jump backward. Jump as far as you can. Land on the balls of your feet and soft knees. Good, okay. Let's do stretch number 11. So 1 foot out in the front. So this will help us get ready for front kicks, crescent kicks, axe kicks, all those kicks in the front. Turn. And then change legs. And hand down and turn. Good, okay. Let's get back in our plank position and we'll get ready for side kicks. So bring your knee up. Changing legs, foot as high as your knee. And 2 more after this. 1, 2. All right, good job. Okay, now let's do side stretches so that we are turning, pivot like this, turn both heels towards the target, and lift up like this. So pivot and opposite side. So changing legs each time. Bend your knees, turn your back, both heels back there, lift up to the side. Turn, lift up to the side. Turn, that's right. So essentially you should be going from front stance to front stance. Okay. And of course you won't need to lean near as far as I'm leaning because you're young and I'm old. So there we go. Tiny bit higher each time. All right, 1 more each side. Good job. Okay, let's go to stretch number 12. So feet wide. Okay, and 1 more upper body warm-up. We'll go like this. We'll do a push-up. And then we'll do elbow strike behind us. Push-up and elbow strike. Rotate. Hit hard. And 2 more. Good job. All right, 1 more stretch, and then we'll get ready. So let's do stretch number 3. Just put your feet wide and lean down to one side like this. If you can grab your foot, go ahead and do that. If you can grab your feet with 2 hands, awesome. Okay, up, sit up taller, and down the other way. And 1 more, sit up tall, feet wide, and lean down the middle. Good. Okay. I hope you're ready for class now. We can also use 6 counts or 8 counts for sparring combinations. So let's do a couple of those, and then you can use your favorite ones to practice the same way. So just go one direction, change size of your body, go the other direction. So let's start out with these 4 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then with the other way, so now we're doing the other side of our body. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Look the other way. 1, 2. So what I'm doing right now is jab, cross, inward, and reverse side kick. Turn, jab, cross, inward, and reverse side kick. Okay, so that's an idea that you could use. Let's try a little different one. We can use our front foot to lead with. So slide up with your front foot and then go cross, jab, side kick. All right, try the other side of your body. So pick up your front foot, cross, jab, side kick. So turn and skip up front kick, cross, jab, side kick. Turn, skip up front kick, cross, jab, side kick. All right? So you use your own favorite combinations. Do it one direction, turn look the other way, do the other side of your body. Lots of us practice only our favorite stuff on one side of our body. We need to practice the same number of times on each side of our body. So hopefully these will help you with sparring, one-steps, forms combinations, anything that you need to get better at. This week in class, we got questions about protecting ourselves on the ground. So not Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, but how do we do it in self-defense and how do we do it in black belt testing. So I love Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I think it's an amazing art form. I love the way that it's so humane, but this is a little bit more serious, no rules kind of self-defense. So we'll just talk about initial movements from prone and supine, again with an enhanced threat. So that's what we're really trying to cover, is that first couple of moves to deal with an enhanced threat. So we'll start with a mounted ground and pound. Okay, so if you can lie down here and just curl you. Yeah, that's fine, as long as you can. Yep, that's good. So this way, already mounted and ground and pounding like this. So the first thing we have to remember is that it's probably not going to be a trained fighter. It's probably going to be somebody from the street, and so they're probably only going to have one hand that they're really good or confident with. And so we have to make that first hand miss. So we're going to move our head as well as protect our body from the shot. So as that shot has arrived, as soon as they realize they're missed, or even before they realize they're missed, we're going to wrap up as high as we can on that. And instead of, they're going to spend a second or two, guaranteed, they're going to spend a second or two trying to pull that hand out or push on you this way to try to get that hand free. So before that happens, as soon as we wrap, we're going to roll our body this way, put weight on that arm, and then attack eyes, throat, wherever we can reach to make them use their other hand to protect themselves, use their other hand to defend themselves or cherish the injury. So one more time on that one. Try to make the shot miss. Do everything you can to get your head out of the way. Wrap that arm as high as you can. Roll on top of it, and then counterattack with the other hand immediately to eyes and make them do this. Okay, so this is the first initial movement. After that, you can use all the skills that you've gained from BJJ or from wrestling or from other martial arts to get this person to do what you need them to do, which is change their mind and get off you. So the next one was prone. This time Carly will be that guy. So this time I'm down on my face like this. And again, we want to do everything we can to avoid getting in these situations, but I got dumped on the deck, and now this person's grabbing my hair and slamming my head into the deck. So I really don't want to take too many of those shots. So again, I'm trying to interrupt the first shot if I can, but certainly not letting the second one happen. So I'm first of all going to bring my elbow across right in line with my nose, and then the head will get dumped down into the forearm, and then grab my head so they can't pull it up again. I'm fairly well covered from shots, and I'm fairly well covered from grabs. Again, I only need a second, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to drive my knee up underneath the other knee. Right? So drive my knee up and then totally commit everything across this way so I can begin counterattacking from where I am here. So one more time. Take care of the biggest threat first. The biggest threat is my head hitting the asphalt. Cover, grab, drive your knee underneath, roll over, smack, and start counterattacking from here. Okay? So hopefully that will help you from both prone and supine positions. And again, these are enhanced threats, not just somebody holding you down there, but somebody striking you or using the ground to hit you with, and do our initial response. Hope that's helpful. This semester we're learning Tosan form, and we're also learning a Tosan-based Nunchaku form. Now hopefully you all have a pair better than mine. I just made them in my garage in 10 minutes. But if you are new to this, you should be using light nunchucks, you should be using padded nunchucks, something safe if they happen to whack your elbow or something like that. Now nunchucks are very interesting. The martial arts lore says that they came from Okinawan farming implements. So they could have been used for threshing. They might have just been used by watchmen as clacking noises. They might have been based on a horse's bit. There are lots of stories about nunchucks, but of course they became very, very famous in the last century with icons like Bruce Lee demonstrating them in several of his movies. So they're a lot of fun to use, but as you may know, these are not particularly good striking weapons. Because when you strike with them, they hit something, they're going to bounce back at you. And depending on the surface or angle that they hit, they could bounce back very unevenly or surprisingly. So, one of the things that we work on with nunchucks when we're swinging them is catching. So we'll work on 4 catches today. 2 swinging the nunchucks forward and 2 swinging the nunchucks backwards. The first forward swing we'll work on is just catching from the front, from a strike. So, I'll show you from the side. What you're going to do is have some tension on the nunchuck, one barrel underneath your arm and the other one out here. Now you can see I'm kind of shortening up on the barrel. A short grip often gives you better control, and so there are lots of times where we use a spin up near the top. So, striking straight out in front, full arm length, full nunchuck length, it swings, and then you catch it on the way back. So just practice catching on the way back. So make sure you do that on both sides of your body. I'll show it towards you so you can see how quickly it releases. All right, so it returns back, hopefully before the person even realizes they've been hit. All right, so practice that on both sides of your body. This is a front strike. We use it in the form in place of a punch sometimes, but it's a really interesting strike. The next one we'll work on going towards the front. Just imagine you're going to swing it like a propeller by your side here, outside your shoulder, and we'll do a wing catch. So, spinning forward. I hope you can see that. I'm holding one nunchuck fairly still, but the action of the wrist and the hand is rotating the barrel forward. So it's rotating forward like this. So, whenever you're ready, and we'll tell you when it is in the form, just wing your arm and catch it. All right, so in the form, we go 1, 2, 3, catch. All right, so 1, 2, 3, catch on 4. 1, 2, 3, catch on 4. All right, so swinging this direction and just using a wing to catch it whenever you're ready. And again, you can see I'm holding high up on the barrel, makes it easier to control. The next one is swinging backwards. So same thing that we just worked on before. And these cords are binding like crazy, so I hope they'll cooperate and catch. But anyway, swinging back like this, and then what you do is, this is a front catch. I call this front catch because you have your hand in position across the front of your body ready to catch it. So even though the nunchucks are swinging back, you're going to swing it into your hand. So you have your hand already prepared. I'll exaggerate and put my hand out to the side so you can see, and it goes straight into your hand this way. Okay, so you have your hand ready across your body and just outside your rib line, so the nunchuck comes straight into your hand like this. And if you can hear it hitting my hand, right? So 1, 2, 3, and catch on 4. And then you can change hands to the other side. So that's one of the benefits of this one, and we do that changing hands. So 1, 2, 3, catch, like this. Okay, so your hand should be ready, already in place. So back swing, front catch. So the next one, again, is going backwards, but I call it a back catch because your hand's behind your back waiting to receive it. So going backwards like this, my hand's going behind my back, and then it slaps straight into the palm of my hand like this, okay? So 1, 2, 3, catch on 4. You hear it hitting my wedding ring right then? 1, 2, 3, 4. So your hand should already be there to receive it, and then you can change sides to the other hand, okay? So this is hand behind, and I know a lot of students think you have to swing it kind of diagonally across your back. That's not true. You can just bring it straight over your shoulder. Again, it depends on where your hand is situated, but you want this to drop straight over your shoulder into your hand, okay? And again, how much arm movement you use. This is just mostly wrist. This is a lot more arm movement. So how much arm movement you use depends on what you're trying to achieve with this. So straight back, hand behind you should hit your hand. So straight back, into your hand should hit your hand, and you can just close your hand over. So one more time from the back. 1, 2, 3, catch on 4, and then switch hands. Okay? So 1, 2, 3, catch on 4 like this, and you already have it in your other hand. Now to show you how those skills fit into our form, we'll ask Matthew to demonstrate this form twice for us. Once from the front, so you can see the whole thing, and then once from the back so you can follow along better. So if you don't know this form, you may just want to watch a few times and see if you can figure out how the turns match Tosan. The only change is the jump front kick. So after the front kick, there's a skip jump front kick on the same side of the body. So other than that, the pattern on the floor, the stepping, is exactly the same as Tosan. So if you do know the form, hopefully this will be a good review for you. If you don't know the form, hopefully this will be a good introduction for you.
So I asked Mason, what kind of tree fits in your hand? You know what he said? A palm tree, of course.